Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, Wild Heart Free. I've called it that because for several years now I've been thinking about the concept being wild-hearted and free. I'm not referring to the Instagram culture of all these crazy, amazing, mind-blowing adventures that we see people going on. I'm talking about the internal adventure to finding peace, to finding shalom. Shalom is the Hebrew word that means completeness, wholeness, peace, success, and I'm talking about finding that all from the inside out. And I want to share with you what I found and also where I have found these keys to unlocking places in your life to set that wild heart free. Because you know, sometimes we can walk through life just being really chained down, and sometimes we're chained down because of wrong understandings about relationships, life, emotions, money, just everything. And sometimes we just need that wisdom and that counsel and that guidance from an outside source. And the good thing is that there are so many people out there who have gone through incredibly hard situations and who have gone through situations similar to my own or your own and have come out the other end successfully whole and found the keys to get through or past that thing which has kept them stuck, to set their wild heart free. So I'm basically here to share with you the wisdom, the understanding, and the keys and the encouragement that I have found from books that I have read, from people who have gone before me. And yeah, I hope this finds some place in your life to bring you more understanding and more wholeness, because that's what we all desire, just to be whole on the inside. And yeah, so on a side note, I'll just say that my hair's looking pretty greasy because I've got some oil in it. I'm treating it today, so please forgive that. And I guess the next episode I'll be a little bit more professional and wash my hair before, but hey ho, here we go. So today's book I want to share with you is Emotional Agility by Suzan Davids, and she is a psychologist as well as a lady who studied emotions and has a PhD in them. And she went on her own journey on trying to understand herself and other people and emotions, because her own childhood was very difficult. Her father died when she was younger of cancer, and she went through a long process of trying to process those uncomfortable, hard and difficult emotions. So she shares a lot of wisdom and practical advice on how to deal with your emotions. Key number one is inspired by one of my personal heroes, and to which Suzan Davids also discusses. And that is a man named Viktor Frankl. He is a man who went through the concentration camps. He himself was a psychologist. He went through incredible loss and suffering of losing his beautiful young 24-year-old wife and pretty much all his family. But he came out of that experience and lived a successful, thriving life afterwards. So what key does Viktor have to share with us that's going to help us through our own situations? Let me read this quote to you. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is the power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. So the idea here that Suzan Davids goes a little bit deeper into is having and creating a space between what you are feeling and how you respond to what you feel. And in that space between how you feel and what you're going to respond is where you choose. And how do you choose? Well, that's why it's important to discover and to know what you cherish most. What are your values? Because then you can start making decisions to how you are feeling and how you're going to respond based on what is most important to you and what are your values and what do you cherish. And that has been very helpful to me in my own life in pausing when you're having hard emotions and creating a bit of a space inside of you to look at that and not react immediately, and not as try to escape or numb it or run away from it or bottle it or brood on it, but to create that space where you can look at that thing, look at what you value, what you believe and what you cherish, and you can go forward from there and make some decisions. Key number 2. So I found a quote, and this is not in Suzan Davids' book, and it's by another writer that I absolutely love, and his name is Timothy Keller. He is prolific and he's a genius, but his books are for another day. But this quote that I'm going to share with you is really helped me because it's given me a more realistic view on life. And some people might not like this view because it's pretty, it might seem pessimistic, but it's not. This is reality. So I'm sorry if this comes across a bit woo. Okay, I don't want life to be like that, but my friend, join me on the road of acceptance. So let me read this to you. Tim Keller says, no matter what precautions we take, no matter how well we have put together a good life, no matter how hard we have worked to be wealthy, healthy, comfortable with friends and family, and success with our career, something will inevitably ruin it. Ouch. Okay. So this is a very stark, realistic view on life. And it matched up to my second key that I've got from Suzan David, and that is coming to a place of acceptance and learning to have an emotional fluidity in understanding life, that it is both beautiful and there is also pain, and it's about making space in your heart for that. So I used to be, and potentially am still, quite idealistic. I'm working on this. You know, that life should be all beautiful and it should work out according to what you think is best, and it should be a fairy tale, and nothing should ever go wrong. And unfortunately, life on this fallen earth, with all these broken people all around us, is just not like that. Key number 3. Key number 3 has been very helpful for me as well, and it's also countercultural, and it is do nothing. So doing nothing is countercultural because in our day and age there is this message of do, try, succeed, fight. But you know, when it comes to internal things, sometimes the answer is do nothing. And Suzan goes into how, for example, a man is going through trying to break free from the habit of smoking, so a cigarette addiction. So he's going through this, and he'll have the very natural psychological response of the cravings. But the more he looks at those cravings and adds judgment onto that feeling and self-condemnation, the more that thing is going to compound in him and lead to irresistible compulsion going back into the addiction. So sometimes the best thing to do is to drop that tug of war rope, to stop fighting that thing, to not add self-judgment and condemnation onto that thing, because that is just self-destructive, but to allow the process. So if you're going through an addiction, those cravings are normal. You don't have to judge or condemn yourself. If you're going through hard emotions of, you know, anger or grief or sadness or loss, those things are normal and they have a place within you. You don't have to compound it by judging yourself. Why aren't I happy? Why aren't I over this? Why blah 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 blah? You know what it's like, these internal battles that we can have. So I just want to give that key to you today. Do nothing. Give yourself some space. Give yourself some self-compassion, and you'll find that that thing will lose its power. And also, if you go back and if you feel like, oh, you know, you've made progress, but you take a step back, that's okay too. That is part of your journey. So keep going. You can do it. You have got the ability within you. So that's the 3 keys. And my last personal little touch to that last key is, if you are showing yourself compassion And if you are not judging yourself and what you're going through, that's naturally going to flow out into the relationships around you, because how you treat yourself internally is how you're naturally going to treat those closest to you. Thank you very much for watching. My hope is that something that I said today has encouraged you, and that you can go into the rest of your day with some keys on how to start practicing setting your wild heart free. And I just want to say as well that all good things take time, so don't rush it, don't rush yourself. Go through the process that you're going through, show yourself self-compassion, be patient with yourself. So have a good day, and thank you for watching. It's my first video, and hopefully it's the first of many. And yeah, because reading and processing the information and the advice myself takes some time, I don't know how often I'll be able to do these videos, but I'm going to aim for a couple of times a month. On a personal note, I do work, so making these videos takes time as well. I will definitely share with you when my heart is just burning with some more information. So there'll be some more poetic kind of little films that I'm going to be doing, also with some content that's going to hopefully encourage you. So yes, thank you very much, and that is how I'm going to finish this video. Thank you and good day.